Hello everyone, and welcome to the Distinct Mastering YouTube channel. My name is Freddie. Today we're going to be talking about a very interesting subject. Some of you may have heard the term compression is multiplicative. Some of you may have not. If you're curious to know what this is, let's get right into the video. Okay, so regarding this topic, compression being multiplicative, you may or may not have ever heard this. I first heard about this in an audiobook a long time ago. It's a very interesting subject, and it makes you think. What it means is if you're using one compressor versus two compressors, adding compressors means the compression is multiplicative. So if you have a 2-to-1 ratio and then a 4-to-1 ratio, you're actually compressing 8-to-1 over the range of the two compressors. It's not additive like you'd think 6-to-1. So once again, I'm going to rephrase that. If I have a compressor that's compressing at 4-to-1, and then I have another compressor compressing at 4-to-1, meaning the ratio is set where 4 decibels come in, 1 decibel comes out. It's not going to be 8 decibel difference on the way out, additive. It's going to be 16 decibels multiplicative. Put some thought into that. Okay, so now that you've thought about that, if you do a Google search, you're not going to find much about this subject. It's kind of a hidden truth about compression, and I decided to try to make a video to demystify this concept and just show you kind of visually and through your ears what this means. And I think I came pretty close, so let's get into this session. So here we are in my session, and what I've basically got is I've got a drum loop that I lowered by 7.5 dB in volume so it didn't overload the track. And I'm just going to play this for you so you can hear what it sounds like. Basic drum loop, nothing's fancy, but it's going to work for what I want to show. I want something with transient information. I want something that we can smash. I'm going to go ahead and mute this drum loop. But what I had done is I routed this drum loop into this aux channel, and it's my first stage, just one compressor. As you see, it just says one stage. And I printed it here to 1x comp. So with this compressor, I chose to use the same compressors all across the board. I chose the FabFilter C2 because it's a standard, very good compressor. No hardware recreation that may color the sound. I wanted something just straight up and down. And what I did, and I left notes here, is I have this one at a threshold of -30. I have a ratio of 10-to-1, attack all the way down, release all the way down. I didn't change anything else. It's just stock. And what you're going to hear when you listen to this is you're going to hear, here's the printed version, and you can visually see that it's just smashed. So this is what it sounds like. So that's just one compressor, 10-to-1. Going back to that loop. We've really just literally smashed it to nothing. You know, we lost that kick drum. The transients are all gone. So then what I did is I routed the loop into this other one, and I did the same thing, but instead of using one compressor, I basically am now using two compressors. And as you can see, let me line these up side by side. This is the first one, and this is the second one. And it's basically exactly the same, but this one is 5-to-1, and this one is 5-to-1. So you might be wondering, well, if you do two compressors at 5-to-1, you'd think you'd be getting 10-to-1. But that's technically not the case, because if you listen to the difference of this print, it sounds vastly different. Basically, the compressors are multiplying, and you're essentially getting 25-to-1. And you need to be thinking about this when you have multiple stages of compression, not side by side like this, but think about if you have a compressor on an instrument or a vocal, and then you have it on the bus, or if you have two compressors on the bus, like I explained in my video last week. I'll leave you a link down below so you could check out why using two might be better than one. If you do have two, and then you have another one on the bus, and then you have another one on your master, and then you send your track to a mastering engineer and you have more compression, you're just multiplying all those stages of compression together, and you could be really killing your transients. So once again, I'm going to play these for you. Here is our original sample. One compressor 10-to-1. Same sound, 2 compressors 5-to-1 each. So I hope you found that helpful. My name is Freddie from Distinct Mastering. This one was an interesting one for me. It was educational for me as well. I've always known and heard the term, but I've never really tried to put it to practice. If you did find this useful, please consider following my channel, hitting that like button, and then that bell notification will keep you up to date once you subscribe to stay up to date on future videos. I'd love to know more of what you'd like to see from my channel. If you don't mind leaving me a comment, and if you have any questions about this video, please drop a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.